Hello, everybody. This is just a off the cuffs talk about the next Pro 3 Fujifilm. Though I feel like there's a lot of commentators talking about it already that know much better. And so this is just some kind of reaction to the news and the different commentators that talk about it, especially ones that kind of disagree, to put it lightly, on the design and are disappointed. And the main issue isn't that they're disappointed. Of course, they have their reasons, and some of it could be good or bad. I wouldn't really go into specifics, but some of the reasons that I have trouble to understand are ones that seem to strawman the presentation. I feel like the Fuji guys came and showed the Pro 3 in an honest manner, and they gave reasons. Good or bad is subjective to you, whether or not you like the designs or not, but let's say they give honest reasons to why they went for this direction, and it feels a little bit bad, let's say, to just assume the opposite. And one comment here or there would just say, oh, all of this talk that they're saying is advertisement mumbo jumbo. And it feels a little bit different that one, and I'll just mention Canon because it's very strange for them to take out 24p in their camera system compared to Fujifilm, where they purposefully made this design decision. And I'm here separating the concept between sort of nerfing or reducing features in the camera on purpose compared to a company or a decision to nerf your camera for no reason at all. It's one thing to sort of not have 4K 60p in your camera. Maybe this camera is not capable of it. Either it's too small and having 60p will overheat it, but 4K 24p is enough. But then it's so mind-boggling that, again, my only reference is to Canon, where they would take out 24p when there's like full HD at 60p instead, and 4K at 24, or other frame rates. So those are decisions that are more questionable of why would you take it out. And there are defenders of even that decision as well, to limit your options with the Canon camera, that, oh, I don't use 24p anyways. Well, it doesn't matter whether or not you would use it or not. It's just that they're taking away options from the consumer in this regard of video capabilities. Now back to the Pro 3, where, okay, we could say the same thing of how requiring the flip screen is limiting the person's ability to see the LCD screen, and they would need to sort of flip up and down constantly to check their photos. Like, why are you even checking your photos when you're out in the streets shooting photos? Like, you shouldn't be looking at your photos at all in your like 30 minutes, hour, 2 hour walk around the streets taking photos and looking for compositions and subjects to take photos. You shouldn't be checking your photos. If you have your EVF anyways to sort of see the kind of photos that you'll be taking, the like brightness and colors. And if you do want to check, then like, sure, you can look it through the EVF, I suppose. And it's also quite strange to say like, oh, you want the Pro camera, it's street, but then you want it to use for other things. And of course one is able to. And for someone like myself, if I were to pick up a Pro 3, and I'm not saying that I will, because as I will say it again, I'm waiting for the H2. I'm a hybrid shooter. I want to do both videos and photos. So nothing against the Pro 3. It's just not the kind of camera that I would want to use for the kinds of work that I want to produce. But thinking of the Pro 3, once again, you're out there, street photographer first. You want to use it for other things. You want to use the Pro camera to do other things like studio work. Sure, but there are better Fujifilm cameras for that, such as the XT3, upcoming XT4, even the upcoming H2, H1 can still do studio work and maybe more video than the XT series. etc. This is again the street photographer's kind of camera, wanting to be inspired by the classical film. And the next criticism that just boggles my mind once again is, if you want the minimalist design, then just go and get a full-fledged film camera. And it's like, now you're just pushing away other fans of Fujifilm away. And the last one that sort of go together with this is that they would say those who really love this design are just Fuji fanboys and it's just a cult. And now you're just going very extreme to sort of push the group of people who all, like, you love Fujifilm, and then these people also love Fujifilm, but because you don't like this design in particular that doesn't fit you, you're now just pushing away the other people who kind of like it, and they are wrong while you're right. It's kind of strange. And back to the EVF and LCD, you're complaining that you don't get to see the LCD and that you are very troubled by the fact that you need to flip it down constantly or leave it down always. So now you just need to decide, are you actually here for the EVF or are you here for an LCD mirrorless camera? Because it seems like you're here for an LCD mirrorless camera, which only means that one should simply buy the other Fujifilm cameras like the XT3. There are comments saying you don't need to use the Pro 3 to shoot film. Well, exactly. So why are you complaining that this Pro 3 doesn't fit your needs and wants within a camera? You just simply get another camera to do your street photography, and it has more hybrid capabilities to do studio work or video work as well. When the Pro first came out, it was designed to be the classic film camera, but in a digital mirrorless form. And now with the Pro 3, it has been continuing that theme of being that mirrorless film-like camera design. So how is it a bad thing? If the Pro 3 is meant to give the film enthusiasts a digital mirrorless experience, then how would it make sense for Fujifilm to add an IBIS, more video capabilities? Those are not film experience at all. It doesn't make much sense in this context. So I'm very happy for anyone who's like looking forward to the Pro 3 and hope you get great shots. And if I were someone who likes LCD and still want the EVF Pro, it's like you can still flip it all the way down and leave it down there always and just take your photos. I mean, it's fine. There are people walking around with the Sony A6000, 6500 and the screen is flipped upwards instead. So it's kind of the same like screen flipping motion that shouldn't be much of a problem if you really want to use the LCD to take photos. And once again, with like Fujifilm, they're actually kind of nice to give the LCD in the first place, since this EVF Pro design is like competing with the Leicas that are extremely expensive, and they really push those designs to have no screens at all. But here at Fuji, it's like, sure, we want to limit the LCD presence, but we still should give our users the LCD, and so we shall give them the ability to flip the LCD down when they want to review the menu or see their photos again. So in this way, I would imagine at least that I would go out to the streets, take photos for 2 or 3 hours, and then at noon I come to a cafe to rest, and only then I would flip the LCD open to see the photos and check how I'm doing, do I have any keepers, etc. And when I'm ready to go out again, I close the LCD and go out to take more photos. I'm not sure exactly how it would work, but having a smaller LCD showing only like your film simulation or other data should at least provide some battery efficiency, that the LCD is flipped back, so the LCD would be turned off, and so less battery would be consumed by the Pro 3 in general. This is just an assumption, seeing that the LCD is turned off. But that's all I have to say for now, and still expecting for the H2, and seeing Fujifilm sort of pushing the Pro 3 to be more film-like experience, I have a little bit more hope if they do make the H2, that they would push the H2 to have more hybrid and more video focused capabilities, not only in the software side but in their body design. And I said that I wanted to do a H2 sort of imagining for sort of an exercise, but I need to go back to the drawing board and rethink my initial ideas. And final words is IBIS on possibly the XT4 or XT40. I don't think it's necessary really, but if anyone wants or would like to do video like vlogging with, in my personal opinion, the XT40, hopefully that one has a flip screen for vlogging, same as H2. There would be a digital video stabilizer instead of a physical built-in IBIS. But that's all I have to say for today, and if there's anything I missed out, of course leave it in the comments below, and I hope to see you all next time. Bye for now.